Hello. You've caught me thinking about all those times I've been wronged and lied to. And a very pleasurable half an hour it's been, actually. I've even written a list of enemies. See, they say writing your feelings down is good for you and healthy, don't they? And yeah, I feel quite fulfilled by this. Anyway, have you ever been told a filthy lie you wish was true? Perhaps that Dark Souls is really easy, or that this is an original video idea. Yes, we talked about 7 video game lies we wish were true all the way back in 2015, but this is nearly a decade later. The world has changed. My hairline has changed, but games haven't changed. Yes, they're bigger, prettier, and generally better in almost every way, but they still tell us bold-faced porkies just like they did back in 2015. And we haven't changed either because we still want the lies to be true. So we thought it was time to take another look at some of the fictions, fallacies and falsehoods that continue to catch us out in modern games, and why we still wish these departures from the truth were just plain old truths. So please check out our previous video, but first, here are 7 more video game lies we wish were true. Arguably, the biggest lie in video games is the one that is baked into the premise of a power fantasy. You are important, your decisions matter, and you are the main character. And we definitely wish that was true. Look, we're not saying your life isn't important, or that you don't matter to anyone, or anything dark like that. It's more, the world is never going to revolve around you the same way it does in a video game. You're never going to save it from dragons, you'll never run a criminal empire, hopefully, and if you bail on a planned meet-up with friends because you decided on a whim to go exploring, they will not be there waiting for you 3 hours later. You can't just go walking into random people's houses and break all their stuff in real life either, which is a shame, because that would be great, wouldn't it, after a long day? It's great being the main character, but it's a lie that's necessary to make you feel special and powerful. Even in games like Kingdom Come Deliverance or Disco Elysium, where the video game gods aren't exactly giving you the VIP treatment, it's still because of you and your actions that the plot will eventually move forward. But in real life, the plot moves forward with or without you. You will not get superpowers. You will get old. And your disrespect for everyone else's time will be mentioned in your yearly review. I was doing side quests.
Taking 20-minute toilet breaks is not a side quest.
Speaking of toilets, video game lie we wish was true number 2 is actually about number 2s and number 1s, although not number 0s despite what Kojima put in those EX grenades. You never need to go to the toilet in video games, and my god, I wish that was true in real life. In a way, I'm glad, because the toilet minigames that would occur after eating your entire inventory in Skyrim would be almost as unbearable as sitting through the real thing. Who am I kidding? It would be so much worse. Can you imagine your fragile digestive system taking on the flora and fauna of Seleno Yarsk, or working your way through the whole combo menu in Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth? No, you can't, because we live relentlessly in the real world. We are made to suffer atop the porcelain throne. It'd be wonderful, wouldn't it? Not to need the loo in real life. No more debating whether to order that extra spicy takeaway or drink that second morning coffee. I'd give my left leg to be able to sit through the Metal Gear cutscenes without needing to dash to the loo, let alone spend 8 whole days waiting for the end to pop his clogs without so much as a stomachache. Speaking of which, please excuse me. I really shouldn't have had that second breakfast. Oh, God. The third video game lie is being able to see through walls, and that is certainly something I wish was true. We're talking about the detective vision, Witcher senses, eagle vision, or whatever cool term a particular game has coined for having senses like Superman. I'm a little bit gutted that no one's called it smello-vision. You don't even have to have tech like Batman or be mutated like Geralt in video games to have X-ray vision. Joel from The Last of Us is just a normal bloke whose only superpower is being sad, and yet he can precisely pinpoint the location of a clicker through a giant slab of concrete. But when I'm sad about messing up an Astrobot speedrun, I don't magically see my daughter highlighted in red laughing at me. Honestly, if I had this power, I wouldn't use it for anything nefarious. I wouldn't. I'd just be like finding my keys in the morning. What? It's just not fair. There are plenty of brilliant uses for this, but video game characters are hoarding it all for themselves. Meanwhile, I'm cursed with less than 20/20 vision and have to wear glasses. But no, you just keep the secret all to yourself, Joel. It's fine. I'm not mad, Joel. I'm just disappointed. Entry number 4 on this list of heinous video game lies we wish were true is the outrageous simplicity with which you can fix hairdressing mistakes. Regretting the impulsive decision to rock a buzz cut in GTA San Andreas? Simply select another style and the barber can fix you right up, to the point where they can even magically add hair back on. In real life, if your hairdresser mucks up, the done thing is to smile politely, say that you love it, and then become one of those people who wears a hat indoors for 2 weeks. There are no bad hair days in video games that can't be easily remedied. If you're not a fan of Geralt's controversial undercut and ponytail combo in The Witcher 3, I am, then you can get it hacked off, ye of little taste. Things are a little more challenging in the so realistic it hurts hair and beard growth simulator that is Red Dead Redemption 2, because Arthur's man mane grows realistically over time, but you're still choosing between short and svelte or long and distinguished. In video games, you never get one of those days where you wake up, look in the mirror, and wonder how long it will be before pigeons start nesting on your head. To be fair, I don't get those in real life anymore either. And in some RPGs you can even redesign your entire face if you aren't happy with what you made in the character creator at the start. Video games basically tell you that the upkeep of a luscious mane of beautiful hair is a simple case of pressing X. And that, unfortunately, is a lie. The 5th video game lie we wish was true is how much damage a person can take. To really hammer this point home, I am strictly focusing on normal, everyday people, like Venom Snake. This poor man was in a giant explosion. He's got shrapnel sticking out of his head. He was in a coma for 9 years, and that's before I let all of this happen to him. It's a ridiculous amount of damage to go through, and yet he still manages to get up and get on with his day. Meanwhile, if I stub my toe, I am out of action for the rest of the week. Once again, video games have sold us a dream that doesn't match reality. Normal life comes with much greater danger and much higher stakes. Nathan Drake can fall from 20 feet and punch a guy so hard he's knocked unconscious in the same move. I am at risk of significant injury every time I stand up. Every GTA character brushes off fire like it's a minor inconvenience, but when I'm in the kitchen... The penultimate entry on this list of video game porkies is how easy it is to ride a horse, or that all horses control the same, or that anyone can walk up to one, press triangle, hop on and then gallop off into the sunset. Horses, basically. They're a lie. Everyone always gawps and coos at how sophisticated and realistic horse physics have become in games. The smooth, lolloping gait of aggro in Shadow of the Colossus, the beautifully groomed coats of the horses in Red Dead 2, when what we should be marvelling at is the ability of the Wanderer and Arthur Morgan to fire arrows and guns and lasso people and even just talk while riding them. Doing anything at the same time as riding a horse is really difficult. Now, I don't have a real horse to prove it, but what I do have is this horse simulator chair, which I will now sit on as I attempt to deliver the rest of this entry. God, In video games, all you have to do is press forward on the left stick, maybe combined with a few taps of X to get your horse to trot, canter, and then gallop. Steering is a simple case of pushing left and right, but there's never a button for keep your balance and don't fall off, because all video game horses are incredibly, inexplicably, and unrealistically well behaved. In real life, Christ, you have to be concentrating really hard, thinking about where you sit in the saddle. Oh God, how you're holding the reins. Oh, how do you turn this flipping thing off? Final entry, and we need to talk about crouching and crouch walking. In video games, crouching is a ubiquitous stealth mechanic, immediately and magically making you less visible to any enemies in the surrounding area. Combine it with suitable cover and you practically become invisible. I tried it on Dave last week.
Rob, are you coming to this meeting? What are you doing?
Yeah, it didn't work. And don't get me started on crouch walking, this special mode of video game traversal that allows you to sneak up on guards undetected and then move around enemy encampments like a ghost. If I did this in real life, you'd hear me if you didn't see me. The flipping creaking in my knees would signal my imminent arrival to every guard in a 5-mile radius, like the flipping ticking clock crocodile in Peter Pan. That would be a game, wouldn't it? The Creaky Knees Killer. You'd be in a dark house and you'd just hear the click, click, click of my old bones as I crouch walk ever closer, gradually hunting you down. Oh, eh, you scared? Oh. And that was 7 video game lies we wish were true. For 7 more lies, be sure to check out our original list from yesteryear. Give us a like if you enjoyed the video, let us know if there's anything we missed in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell for more of these videos every Friday. See you next week. Is that scary? Oh, flipping it.
PlayStation